right, so a little bit about MetricsDAO. High level, we are focused on providing analytics to any project in the Web3 space. That is our mission, and we do that through a three-step process. So first, we have what we call community brainstorming, where anyone can come in and suggest topics and ideas on a partner project that we're working with. So for example, we partnered with Aave, focus was Aave V3. Anyone can go in there and say, here's what I'm interested in learning more about. Here's what I need analytics on. Here are my questions, my concerns. And you can upvote other people's questions as well. And by participating, you earn xMetric, which I will tell you more about right after. So then the most upvoted questions from the brainstorm are turned into bounties that any analyst can tackle. Some bounties are exclusive only for people who have a certain amount of xMetric. So again, mentioning xMetric, and we'll explain what that is. And bounties are due at a certain time. Once they are due, we then go on to peer review, where we have a dynamic group of analysts. They have to have 2,000 xMetric to be a peer reviewer. And they just review submissions and ensure quality. So several people look at the same submission to try to have a decentralized overview of, quality and accuracy. And then those are published and we promote them, help analysts build their portfolios. We, try to create engagement on Twitter, things like that. So I mentioned xMetric a ton. xMetric is a non-transferable token that gives you access to more ways of getting involved, more ways of earning real tokens, partner tokens or USDC. It's also a way to unlock certain channels in our Discord. We partner with data providers who have offered to give top xMetric holders free access to their platforms, things like that. So we're constantly adding new opportunities, new perks. It's also a really cool way to officially show your early involvement in MetricsDAO. So you can prove that you've been here since the very beginning with us, taking part in different activities and things like that. So it's really cool to earn xMetric. It's an official way of being part of our community. And on top of the three-step process I mentioned, there's a bunch of other ways for you to get involved and earn xMetric. It's not just analytics. As you might have noticed, we do a lot of events and workshops. We're super focused as a community on education and knowledge sharing. So there's opportunities for you to just join a workshop and participate, ask questions, lead a workshop, introduce us to someone else that could be leading a workshop, things like that, and we'll get you xMetric. And last but not least, on this call, just for joining us today, you will get xMetric. So we're going to drop a form in the chat that we will then delete. We'll leave it in for the next hour likely, but you can put in your wallet address in there and you'll get an airdrop very soon. So you're officially welcome to the team. Super excited to have you here. And I believe Marina is going to now talk about what exactly it is to become an xMetric master, what you can do with that amount of xMetric, and what you can currently work on.
Yeah, we love xMetric, as Rochelle mentioned, and we hope you get some xMetric for yourself and you love it too. And the way you can get it is by participating in all of the activities that Rochelle talked about. Once you have a certain amount of xMetric, currently 2,000, but that threshold will kind of go up with time as we get more and more analysts into this ecosystem. You can join that group of top analysts. xMetric masters are, they have access to all these earning opportunities. They have access to review, as Rochelle says. And if you are already eligible, you can check your wallet on Polygon. If you participated in our analytics in season 2, so over the summer, early fall, if you especially had some top submissions, you probably already have 2,000 xMetric. And if you follow us on Twitter, we recently airdropped some, so you might have heard there. We airdropped xMetric to top analysts in the space, and we're going to do more of that. So stay tuned for that. And it might have been some of you in this past airdrop, so be sure to check your wallet as well. The threshold is 2,000 currently. And if you have that, you just need to come to our Discord, which you're already here. Head over to start your journey. And in that channel, you can connect your wallet to Guild. And that will give you the role automatically. Then you'll get 2 exclusive new channels, which is analysts, where you'll get all of the details about these exclusive bounties and different earning opportunities, and just chat with other top analysts in the space. And the second channel you'll see is reviewers. Rochelle mentioned that xMetric Masters will also be able to access our peer review network and our peer review stream of work and earning, where you can help evaluate the submissions that come in and make sure they're great quality and that we're amplifying all the best work and rewarding it as well. Our community, I might be biased, hope I'm not, but I love our community a lot. And we have a lot of active projects and knowledge generation and knowledge sharing, and all these insights come out. Recently, one of the exclusive xMetric Masters bounties, which is like a preview of one of the perks you might be able to get, ran for Terra Open Analytics. Our data curation pod has been releasing new Terra data, and we invited the top analyst group, the xMetric Masters, to just do some exploratory analytics as an open bounty and show what insights they can find. And we'll be spotlighting that research and those findings soon, as well as other submissions that have recently come out. So we want to really amplify and show what great insights came in. As well as there's a lot of fun activities and knowledge sharing and interesting things that are for all analysts, not just xMetric Masters. One super exciting project we have right now with our partners at Dune is something called the Web3 Data Dictionary. And Rob is here to talk more about it.
Yes. So as you may have heard over the past couple of weeks, we at MetricsDAO, partners at Dune Analytics, and some of the best analysts in the space have been working on this Web3 data dictionary. So this project aims to build a community source standard for some of the most popular and commonly used data terms in the space. And the goal is to make various crypto analytical insights easier to share and understand regardless of your familiarity in the space. So we want to establish a foundation from which the crypto analytics industry can build on top of when it comes to crafting, collaborating, and sharing insights. We finished the first step, which is to crowdsource in some common popular industry terms, and we're now working towards crafting the definitions for these using already established methodologies or conducting further research together with those who propose the terms and analysts who have been using these terms in their work. We're also thinking through how to best showcase the dictionary as we build it, so the community, especially potential partners, everyone in this call, can keep track and take part in the process. So stay tuned over here on Discord for the latest news. And if you want to take part or contribute, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Helix, Marina, or me. And yeah, that's Data Dictionary.
Thanks, Rob. That's a really exciting project for me personally as an analyst, and for many of our other analysts as well. We've had over 130 submissions so far, so if you want to drop yours in the hat, please do. There's a link in the chat. And we also have Bounty Ops here today, our Bounty Ops team, who will straight from the Bounty Ops pipeline talk to you about the challenges that you can participate in. And we have Aaron.
Yeah, so I think let's take a step back and go over what Rochelle mentioned. There's 3 real opportunities within our bounty program to be an active participant. There's brainstorming. This is where we're looking for questions sourced by the community. Sometimes they are driven by the partners with some direction. Other times we want to hear from all of you what you think we should be diving into, what we should have our community dive into, as well as working with our clients to help them understand where they should be looking potentially as well. So make sure you're checking out brainstorming there. The rewards and structure there's positive and qualified submissions will always be rewarded in xMetrics, but if your submission is selected, you'll also be rewarded not only in xMetric, but some USDC because we'll be leveraging that question for what we'd call the second piece of our bounty pipeline, which is the analytics. This is where majority of the analysts are active members currently. This is where those questions go from that brainstorming activity to be answered. What we've been working on is driving more consistency within the analytical part of the bounty program. So you should be seeing, more and more bounties, more analytic bounties going out. Right now in the calendar, I'm seeing, for the next couple weeks, at least one analytics bounty every week, meaning that there should be a brainstorming and review activity to follow all of those. And we're scaling up as well. Here in a little bit, Rob will go into some of the different projects that are starting to come into MetricsDAO, which are, more team-based, larger opportunities with bounties inside of them for not only just one analyst, but groups of analysts to work together. So really be on the lookout. I know everyone is always interested in doing some crypto analytics. So you should be seeing multiple bounties be coming in around that analytical phase. And then, as mentioned, for xMetric holders, they have an opportunity to be reviewers, and that's highly important, not only for the analysts in our community, but for both our partners as well. So if you are an xMetric master or ever, hold 2,000 xMetric tokens, you'll want to make sure that you go in and set yourself up to be a reviewer. It's just another opportunity to get rewards with inside MetricsDAO. When we look for reviewers, we're looking for individuals that are going to be diving deep into the analytical submissions to review them for us, grade them, or score them, I should say, so that we can then get back and share the right ones out, and also ensure that we're, rewarding the correct groups of individuals who are providing the most value, not only to the community, not only to the organization, but to our partners as well. And I would say those are like the three big ways within our bounty program that you can get active, and you should see more of those activities or challenges coming through the pipelines over the next several weeks. And then into Q1, we'll definitely be scaling those up as well. So we're building more consistency for everyone to get involved in these labor markets and creating a more stable ecosystem. And Rob, I'll let you kind of dive on into the Bioeconomy project, since that's a little bit larger and also tied into the bounty program.
Yeah, for sure. Really exciting bounty program for us. So in case you all missed it, the signups for the analyst squads to work on the mega dashboards was closed yesterday. So we'll be moving soon to assigning questions to be solved and having our analyst team start to work. By we, I mean the bounty ops team. They're the heroes. As crypto as an industry looks to onboard the next billion users, user experience will play a crucial role, and companies like Bioeconomy, who provide the picks and shovels and making crypto easier to navigate, will be at the center of this movement. So be sure to check out their website and keep a close eye on their Twitter and their DAO's Twitter for the latest updates regarding them and this program as well. This bounty program will also be a good step and learning process for us as we explore, as Aaron mentioned, a more collaborative approach to solving bounties with our analyst community in Season 3. As what one of our leaders, Drake Danner, keeps on preaching, the best analytical work in the space comes from analysts building on top of each other's work. So we are excited to see how this Bioeconomy program turns out as we again look to a more collaborative approach amongst analysts by building out these analyst teams. So make sure to stay tuned via Discord again here and on Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob. We have more contributors here today to talk about all of these ways to get involved. And we have Helix, who, as you heard, is leading our growth partnerships now, and he will talk about more ways you can get involved.
Yes, as if they weren't enough already. I'll be talking a little bit about some, let's say maybe some relatively easy ways to get started. The first one being, if you go to our Discord channel to Warm Intros, the Warm Intros channel, and you introduce yourselves there, that'd be very nice. And who knows, you might even maybe get some xMetric. Wink, wink. So that's a good start. And another thing, if you're an analyst and you are an xMetric masters, then you can refer other people. That means 100 xMetric for you as the referrer, and the person who you referred can tweet out their best work on Twitter, tag MetricsDAO and you, that is the referrer, mention their wallet address, and then we select from that the best work. And those people get the airdrop, which is 2K of xMetric. So that's a really, really good start. You'll be a xMetric master right away. So if you know people that you're like, hey, that's a good analyst, they should join our community, let them know and let them know about the referral. Conversely, if you're new and maybe you came in through somebody, just let them know and tag them, and we can get that done. Last point, and it's been mentioned before, is our workshops and events. You might have noticed them already. We got a ton of them. Definitely every week, at least one, sometimes even two. And these are also great ways to not just get involved, but also to gain xMetric. The first one would be, and it's actually technically maybe not a MetricsDAO community event, but one from Flipside. I'll drop their Discord in the chat as well. But Sam, who will be a guest on another event of us, he hosts a weekly workshop explaining SQL. And if you join that event, you can also win some xMetric. Moving on, we have a series called How I Broke into Web3. And actually, our next guest will be Sam. And I'll drop that too. It will be on Twitter Spaces. So nice other environment. If you join that, you can also win some xMetric. I'll join the link in chat as well in a minute. Then we got some other events going on as well. We got Data and Chill, and we got partner workshops and demos. They'll be coming up as well. So keep an eye on our Discord and on our Twitter, and you'll be sure to know about as soon as we announce them. So that's it for me. I'll pass it back to Marina.
Thanks, Helix. More activities, more xMetric, just more and more. We're doing it all and want you to join us. We have some time for questions. We're almost at the half an hour. If you all can stay and if you have some questions, we'll stay for a few minutes. If you want to ask, feel free to unmute yourself or feel free to, again, type in chat. Just jump right in. And while we wait to see if there are any questions, announcements is a great channel in our Discord to keep an eye on for all of these events and all of these airdrops, promotions, bounties, you name it, if you want to kind of know as they're coming out. I'm going to share that in chat. And now again, any questions? Oh, it seems there aren't, which is, I hope, great that we covered everything you wanted to know. And you can jump right in after this call by starting to work on a bounty that's live or participate in a community brainstorm or activities that will start this week as well. Or join one of our events, join our Twitter space on Thursday. Let's see if there aren't any more questions. I seem to not be. I'm just giving more time. Be sure to, like Helix said, introduce yourself in the warm intros channel. You might get some xMetric for sharing with us who you are. Make sure to check out the blog post shared at the beginning of this call with an overview of all of these ways to participate. If you have any questions in the future, feel free to ask them on our Discord. We're always happy to answer. And tune into this call next week. We will keep updating y'all with any new challenges and activities and events that we have going on weekly on Tuesdays, 12 p.m. Eastern. Look forward to hopefully seeing you back here next week and seeing you around our Discord. Okay, we have a question.
Yes, from Sandash. He says,
yeah,
I
go ahead.
have one for the glossary event. What happens to questions that don't have enough upvotes?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we have our what's called our question vault, where questions go. They don't get, forgotten or lost or anything. And some questions get used right away, but questions that don't get either a lot of upvotes or aren't used as a bounty right away might get used for a bounty in the future. This month we ran a bounty in the hacks, scandal, and scams program, for example, and that community brainstorm was back in season 2. At that time, we didn't launch the question, but now we did. It was a Starry Night Capital liquidation question. So those questions make an appearance from time to time from our vault. And yeah, and all of the
Yeah, that's a
upvotes
great answer. I
are
think
rewarded.
also Sandesh is asking maybe about the glossary. Well, it says glossary event, but I wonder if he means the dictionary, the data dictionary. So I think it's a bit, he's typing right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's see.
Rob has just answered in the chat. I appreciate that clarification. Definitions
Yes.
will be filled, just not the top voted ones will be filled in first, and then we'll try to fill out as many as we can over time, because this is something that the community brought up and analysts would like to see a definition. So the goal is to do as many of those as we can over time.
Awesome.
Any questions? Anyone else? Okay,
Mm.
not.
If not, I can understand. I remember like when I first joined MetricsDAOs, a lot was so overwhelming. I just needed a moment to process everything. So that's definitely okay.
Totally. Yeah, explore our Discord, tag us, ask questions on Discord, get involved over time. And we'll see you around and see you next week. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll share a recording of this call as well.